Hey guys, welcome. What's up? What's up? What's up? Now, this is Love in Summer. I'm your host, as always, Kori, and this is episode 2. And as always, we talk about relationships, red flags, green flags, blue flags, and it's a bit of what happens in our daily lives. Now, with me, I have some amazing voices here who are here to share their stories, experiences, opinions, and maybe something controversial. So I'll start with you. Introduce yourself.
My name is Nathan. I'm a project manager. Been in Toronto for about 4 years. I think the most interesting thing about the city, in terms of dating and having to deal with red flags, is how spontaneous it gets.
Hmm. Okay, hold that thought. Let me ask my next guest. Please introduce yourself to us.
Hi, my name is Tosin. I'm also a project manager. I'm shocked.
Oh my God, two project managers.
I'm a project manager and a couple things, but I'm gonna leave it at that. So, dating in Toronto, it's kind of like it's fun and it's so weird.
Okay, so Nita was saying something about the red flags we ignore. What are the red flags we ignore in relationships?
I mean, personally, I can only speak for myself, for say, right? I would say for me personally, I've been in mostly situationships, and as crazy as it comes in a situationship, you have to turn the blind side to red flags.
Hmm.
So for you to have an agreement to be in something casual with someone, you should be able to ignore plenty red flags. So for me, I would say, yeah, I have ignored a couple of red flags. I give you a good example.
Mhm.
I know I've ignored a red flag with a babe making a call to a different guy, a sexual call actually, while I was there. It was like a sex talk. So I mean, it made no difference to me, but
Like
it
you
was a
were
red
there.
flag. It's casual now, Abby.
Oh wow.
Personally, I feel like that's so disrespectful.
Okay.
And again, so weird. Like I said, dating in Toronto is so weird because they do the most crazy things. And I personally have an experience, but this is like I want to go into the married space. The actual married men in Toronto, but they live single. I don't know if that makes sense.
Fair
Come on.
points. Fair
Like there are a
points.
lot of them.
Okay.
There's this guy, I was talking to, and we did that for like a couple weeks, 2 months. Talking stage 2 months. And I found out this guy was actually married with 2 kids. And
Hit the ones with kids.
look, we talk every day, like literally. We'll be on the phone, we talk overnight. I probably even fall asleep on the phone.
How did you
While talking to
notice?
him, like the love bomb is crazy.
Really?
Honestly, yeah, in Toronto,
So
it's crazy.
how did you find that I was married?
Um, I did my findings.
2 months
I can be
after.
yeah, I can be an FBI if I want to be. I just felt like the connection shifted. Of course, it was probably, expecting something from me and he got tired. Obviously. He was
Oh.
tired of the updates, like, back to back, back to back. He probably thought I was gonna like give in before then.
Yeah.
And then it just switched and whatever. And he became very nonchalant. And I talked to him about it and he's like, bro, this guy told me like point blank, like, girl, I'm married, deal with it. Do you want to still keep this going? Because it felt like if he's not telling me and I'm like, just thinking, what's up? And he's literally bored. So it's like, let me just tell her whatever she feels like. If she want to go on, she goes. And if she doesn't want to, just get out.
The
He was like literally
audacity.
bored.
Okay. So quick one. Have you ever ignored red flags because you really liked someone?
A lot. Look, call me queen of red flags or queen of ignoring red flags for real. Like when I love really deeply, and that's why I take my time to like really love somebody. A lot of people will probably, have an opinion of me to be rude or very distant. And that's because I really like try to guard my heart. Because when I'm in love, I'm like that kind of momo in love. Like,
Like they have your
if
buttons.
you ever feel stupid, just know I did this for a guy.
Wow.
Yeah, that kind of love.
So
Yeah.
what kind of red flags have you ignored?
Hmm. Disrespect.
Also.
This guy would never you know what? So I was in a relationship for a couple years again and I literally thought this was like
Final bus
my
stop.
man,
Yeah.
And this guy told me, "Have I ever told you I loved you while we're dating?" And come to think of it, I remember I'm like, I was so dumbfounded. I couldn't say anything because I'm like, for real, he never really told me he loved me. And this is not like, this is a couple years of relationship going on. So I'm like, that's true. Like, and I never saw it. Like, I literally ignored this I would call him, I would. I would even, and I'm a cook. Again, so I like to cook.
Okay.
I would make
Okay.
food. I would
Alright.
make
Okay.
food and take it to his house,
Oh my
set
god.
him up, make him feel good. But this guy never really told me he loved me, and I never knew. I never really cared about it to ask. I
Okay.
just kept going with it. Like I'm the one in love, like I'm the one in the relationship.
Only you.
If that makes sense.
Okay, so I'm going to quick on Nathan.
Yeah.
From what she has said, saying I love you in a relationship or not saying I love you, is it a red flag?
Depends on the timeline.
Okay, how so?
In the sense that if you've been in a relationship for over 3 years and the person doesn't admit that they love you, I don't know what you're doing.
How often should you say I love you to your person?
As frequent as you feel the person needs reassurance, actually. So if you're dating a person that you feel like it's an open relationship where you can communicate with each other and you're free to talk to each other, it would be nice to say it and chip it in based off on how you see her reaction on that as well. So as a guy, you should be able to calculate and know how your babe reacts to some certain things. If you know she likes to hear I love you a lot, try to say it a lot.
Would you mind hearing that a lot?
Personally, for me, I would say it's nice to have a reassuring girlfriend. So if I have a girlfriend that tells me when I know and I'm sure that she actually loves me when she says it, not that she's saying it for fun, that would be nice.
Okay, so now, at what point should someone walk away from a relationship? Let's start with Nathan.
At the point where the red flags are too much to ignore, that's when you walk away.
And I'm asking, what are these red flags? So you say disrespect?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
one.
disrespect.
That's one. Like, we have lots of red flags. What are those red flags?
Um,
Give me your red flags in a relationship. What are the deal breakers for you in relationships?
deal breaker for me, if I'm a spender, I like to take care of a woman, right? But then again, it varies. I tell you, it
Okay.
varies because if I'm spending, I expect you to spend on me too, but I would not demand it. So at the point where maybe I'm spending and this is going to like a year plus, I've invested so and so, I'm seeing that she's also not invested or she's not investing, of course, because you're just enjoying the dinners, you're enjoying the dates, you're enjoying the gifts, right? And I'm showering you with love. And I'm not getting anything in return. And that's the point where I kick off. Yeah.
So if you feel like the energy is not being reciprocated, like,
That's
it's
the
just you doing the whole thing like 100 and the girl is like, more receiving, you just like take a step back. What if she's not someone that really knows how to? I mean, she means no harm. She doesn't just understand that I'm meant to reciprocate this energy as well. Or probably she does it in a different way. She doesn't buy you gifts, but she's very, present, very caring. And that's a way of like,
Sure,
filling
love.
that
The different ways to
space.
love, yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
I get that. And what I would say to that is communication. We're all adults, right? And if I'm able to communicate that this is what I like, I think she should also be able to communicate that this is where I can meet you at. So if I tell you as much as I can, I'll take you out on dates and spoil you, give you all the good things you need. And you tell me, oh, for me, I cannot buy you plenty things at the moment, but I'll be cooking every day for you. I mean, that's like, it's an example, right? But it's a gesture of love that she can show. So communicate to me what you can do for me. I'll communicate to you what I can do. So we can have like cohesion, basically.
Do you guys think lack of communication is also a red flag? Someone who
Yeah.
doesn't know how to communicate properly.
Yeah, I honestly believe so. Communication is key, and honestly, based on my experience in the past, I'm big on that for real. Because from my past experience, I never really understood communication. So I just think because I think a lot, like I try to kind of like foresee the future. Like I in my head, I'm thinking this, and I'm literally providing the answers for myself as well. I'm like, okay, I think this is what he's trying to do, and I tell myself this is what it is, and without hearing from him as well. So I'm like, I do that a lot. I don't give communication like the opportunity to really like, play its parts. I mean, from both ends, I just do the thing for myself. And honestly, I have suffered a lot of backlash from that. Honestly, I believe that communication is key in a relationship.
Would you walk out of a relationship if there's lack of communication?
Well, first of all, there's something she said. I think that's jumping into conclusion. When you ask a question and then you answer the question by yourself in your
Yeah.
head. I think communication is clear communication. If the guy tells you,
Clarity.
I love you, he actually just take it that he means it. But if he does not say that, don't believe it until he says it, right?
Yeah, honestly, for me, when I said that, So let me give you an instance where a guy never really told you he loves you, but
Okay.
like he invests in you, and you're thinking, okay, this person is probably rich, right? So he can afford it, and he does all of those things, like invest in you, except that it's not present, maybe emotionally, and you just probably kind of like give and take. Like, this guy, I think this guy loves me, because if I ask him for this, he's giving me, and he doesn't really say I love you like that, but he
Love
doesn't call me
bombing.
that much. But I think he loves me. When he was coming from whatever yesterday, he actually got me this very cute bag. This is me, trying to like weigh my options. Like, I think he doesn't. I don't. I feel empty a little bit, but then I'm still like giving myself some sort of reassurance that I think he loves me, because he like gifts me randomly, and
Yeah.
then money, finances, whatever.
So it's almost to say that would I be correct to say that you center it based on the things he's able to give?
No. Honestly, again, like from past experience, I believe that's not good. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, these are my experiences, personally, and I honestly don't think that's the way. Like, love shouldn't be about finances alone. Love shouldn't be about gifts alone. It should be about like actual reassurance. Like, let this person really express what they feel about you, and let you know where you stand. But then I wasn't, I probably was too scared to let go, because I'm like, I don't want to ask him about it. Like,
Okay.
that kind of thing, you're judging yourself. Like, what else do you want? Tosin, what else do you want? This guy's already giving you money now. So I think he loves you. If he doesn't love you, he will not spend on you. But then again, after the whole relationship, whatever, I felt like he was giving the money because he could afford it. He was probably giving you 0.00% or of whatever he had. So he wasn't even feeling it. And then you are there thinking, okay, I've arrived. I found a man. So I believe there should be like an open floor for communication from both parties. Like, yeah, honestly, it's not about finances
Is
alone.
there enough reason to work out if there's no proper communication?
I mean, in this context, if you were going to ask this, if you're going to see someone about this, I think the first question the person will ask you is, did you have a closure talk with the guy after it was done? What was his reason for spending so much on you? Was he just enjoying the sex, and when it was convenient, he could have you around, and he didn't really care much about whatever was going on in your life? He invested in you quite all right, but he could afford it, and he was enjoying your company and the sex, so that's why he kept you around. And in your head, you were asking questions and you were answering the questions as well. You should have asked him the questions.
So what if it's someone that's very disposing of conversations? Like, you try to like talk to him about stuff, and it's like the red flags are literally there. Again,
Exactly,
this is
that's
about
a
red
red
I
flags.
flag.
genuinely would not think there is any reason to seek for closure, especially this person has pretty much made it clear where they stand with you. Because I believe in people would always know what they are doing, and people would always tell you where you belong with them, with the way they show it. If someone loves you, someone cares about you, they say with everything they have, their money, their time, expression. It says a lot. So if someone is saying that you are thinking somebody loves you, but they're not showing it with their time, especially with their time, because I mean, love is about giving, right? If you just give money, anybody can give you money, for heaven's sake, right? Any random person can give you money. If you say it's just money, you are likely to miss a lot of things. And I think that's one of the issues that I think I pointed out in the situation is based on things that he could give, and it kind of overshadowed what he could have actually given to you, like time, attention, being present. Because giving money is not being present, right? It's like saying, oh, being giving money is not being present. He wasn't being present, and that in itself clouded. Like, so when you start back and realize that, oh, no, what's going on? 1 plus 1 isn't 2 at this point in time.
It's not cool.
1 plus 1 is no longer giving 2 at this point in time. So I believe you're single.
Yeah, I'm single.
Are you single?
Yes,
Okay, so
at the moment.
at the moment,
Mhm.
technically it's in progress.
I mean, in the works.
Another situationship is progress.
Calm down. Calm down. It's not. We did not ask that one, man. Don't worry.
Okay, so now that you're I'll start with you, Nathan. That
Mhm.
you're in talking. What are the red flags you're looking out for, and what are these things that you are likely to say, like, you know what, yeah, it ain't gonna work for me.
Hmm. I think one thing I really look out for right now is someone who's invested in me, aside like the financial parts of it, but someone I could communicate with, like I can talk to and be like, okay, this is what I'm thinking. Are you also thinking in the same direction? Or be able to, I want somebody intelligent or be able to communicate. That's just it. Basic communication skills. You should be able to listen to me. I should also be able to listen to you as well. we should just be able to coexist in the same space. If we can't, that's a red flag for me.
Yeah. How about you?
Honestly, for me, communication is key, and I'm so big on that. I mean, I'm a very communicative person, and I want someone I can, express myself to, like, without being judged. I want someone I can pitch an idea to, like, what do you think about this? I don't want to do 9 to 5 anymore. Let's do, let's come up with something like, business ideas, and then you guys, like, rub minds, have ideas and stuff. Aside the fact that aside the I love you thing, like, you can actually, like, have actual conversations about life, and yeah, and finances as well. Sorry, but me, I like money.
So yeah, I want to be talking about what
Yeah.
goes through your relationships.
Aside that, I want money as well, and definitely, I'm also like a reciprocator. If there's a thing like that, I if you give me, I'm gonna guess. There's no way.
As
There's
it
no
should
way.
be.
There's no way I'm not gonna
What,
give you
what's you
back.
guys? So communication is. What about emotional intelligence? Does that work for you?
Of course. How are you going to have a conversation with someone that is, like, dumb up there?
My point exactly.
Do you think so? You know,
Agreed.
some people are very great at communicating in mommies, but they're not emotionally present. How do you dissect that? Some people are very good at relating with human beings, but
mhm.
they're also very good at masking up, and like there's this whole avoidance situation. How do you deal with
That's like love bombing. Yeah, I think that's love bombing, honestly. And then they'll get tired. About this guy I mentioned, like, a couple minutes ago, talking about, once in a relationship, but was actually married with 2 kids. And he did the whole updating for like 2 months. And he got tired, and he had to, like, tell me to my face, like, I don't care about this. If you want to stay, stay. If you don't want to stay, go. It was literally love bombing me. Like, I would sleep on the phone with this guy, like, over the phone, like, we'd talk. And the next morning we're like, oh yeah, I slept off. That kind of love. Feels like secondary school love, but it was actually, like, false. There was no connection. He just got tired. He felt like, okay, maybe I'm this lover girl type of girl. So if he, like, gives me, like, the back-to-back updates, I would be, I would give in. For me, it takes more than that for me. I mean, like, show me now. What's up? We're not just doing talking, talking, talking.
Beautiful. Okay, so one last remark before I wrap this up from you. Any last remark?
I would say she said something about love bombing. Yeah, true though, and it goes both ways actually. Women also do the same thing as well. When they know they want something from a guy, they're okay and they're comfortable to just sit there and listen to the guy as well. They communicate to, but immediately they get the money, they get the whatever they feel like they can get from the guy. That's the end of the relationship, or they go to a different guy. Which is one of the reasons why people say, like, there's a lot of red flags and there's a lot of terrible pool in the relationship pool is messed up and all. I don't think so. I feel people just meet bad people. So just change your circle.
Yeah.
Change who you're meeting, you'll be fine.
That's nice. To say anything?
To add to that, to what he said, I feel like it boils down to what the person actually wants, what the girl wants, and what you want. So if you want, like, a very serious relationship, like, you want
Mhm.
something defined, and the girl doesn't, there's no way it's gonna work. Like, she'll probably
Facts.
leave you to another person.
Facts.
For me, for instance, I don't want to be in a relationship where we're like, let's see how it goes
Yeah.
kind of relationship. I want to be in a relationship where,
It's
we're very
defined.
much defined. Like, what's up? Like, in a year, in 2 years, what we're doing, like, this is where we want to be and stuff. And, from there, if you have a conversation with the guy is just like, you're asking the guy, like, throwing questions to really, like, understand where this person is coming from and what he actually wants. And the responses are given, it's
not
basically
legit.
on what's happening right now.
Yeah.
You would know, and just, like, just move on. So for the girl also being like a player or love bombing you as well, I feel like you would know from the conversation if she's, like, really locked in, or she's just feeling you. Even from the conversation, she would be more on the receiving end. Like, she listens to you more. She doesn't really contribute because she's not really, like, she's not game.
Yeah.
So she's just like, yeah, you do the calling, you do the texting, whatever, Yeah, so
Thank
That's
you.
good advice.
That's really, really good. Anyways, guys, we've come to wrapping it up for red flags. Like, I personally say red flags in relationships you ignore. Someone who is a manipulator, someone who gaslights you, someone who doesn't know how to communicate properly, someone who is emotionally not intelligent. You don't want to be people who just drain you emotionally and still do not have the prowess to actually have a proper communication about it, as opposed to ghosting you or trying to manipulate your feelings as to why you're feeling too much. And remember, you do not feel too much. You just have a lot of love to give around. So we'll come your way next time. This is episode 2. I am Kobe, and you're
Nathan.
and
Tosin.
see you next time. Mwah.